face locked onto the phone. And I wished I'd had a number so I could be color unknown. And then I tell her to look into my eyes and never let it go.
Hey everyone, it's Brother Chris here, and also my colleague, Gypsy Lady Eva. Hey Gypsy, how's it going?
Hello, everyone.
How are ya?
I am doing fine, even though it's a crappy day over here.
Yes, well, it's gorgeous here. Did you guys get a couple days ago that really bad strong winds and the storm?
We had strong winds. We did not get the storm, which I'm very thankful for.
Okay.
But it did blow all the leaves out of the yard. I guess that counts.
Yeah. Well, I know here in Ontario, though, winds actually not too far from us, which is only half an hour away from us, winds were up to 116 kilometers an hour.
Woohoo!
So that right there is really strong. Sorry for the Americans, though. I can't do the conversion right now of what 116 is, but...
About 80 miles an hour.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So,
which is just on the border of a class 1.
Well, there was
Cat 1 tornado.
There was twisters actually from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it really is the end times.
Yeah, it must be, especially what we were just talking about just before we went live.
I mean, you see what's happening, and it just really makes you wonder.
Yes, it does, and it's surprising though. So, but besides that, though, things are doing good on your end, right?
Oh yes, much better.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I'm just gonna let people know listening. On the 20th, though, we will be doing actually with dreams. Now, Eva, she chose this one, so Eva sort of want to let her viewers know about the dreams.
Well, it's the scientists who have studied this feel that we are actually going into parallel dimensions when we dream, called dream traveling or astral projection. I don't think it's actually astral projection, but that's in that that same realm of paranormal traveling, I guess you could call it. But you don't need a passport, which is a good thing.
That's so true. It's like gotcha. Yeah, and then on the 23rd, though, we're gonna be live back actually on YouTube and here on Podbeam. We're gonna be live again, though. We're gonna be doing readings that weekend. And then the 27th, though. 27th, though, is a great big one in the States, though. And I can't wait for the day after, which will be the Sunday, because of the topic that we're going to be discussing. And that there is basically about the American Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The day,
Turkey Day.
Yeah. Is that the actual day of it?
No, actually, it's the day before.
Okay. All right, so that means then the day before I'll be watching the Macy parade.
No, that would happen. That happens on Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. Thanksgiving is
Thursday.
On the Thursday. Okay, so the 28th. Yes, I see that. Yeah, so I'll be watching the Macy parade. I always watch that every single year. I've been watching that ever since a kid, and who knows? I may turn actually our TV also into Detroit.
That is becoming quite a parade too. That it's getting a lot of recognition for its imagination or for what it does.
Yeah. So those are big dates though to watch out for. So again, though, the 20th though we're gonna be dealing with dreams. The 23rd we're dealing with live readings again, both on YouTube and also here in Podbean. The 27th though we're dealing with American Thanksgiving. And we also have a lot of shows that are actually on playback for you guys to listen to with the newer version. All right, so yes, those are great. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break of two quick commercials, and then we'll start today's topic.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Over this holiday season, why not sit back and listen to Divine Oracle Podcast anywhere at any time underneath the free app of Podbean. If you don't have it, it's a great Christmas gift. This December, for your Christmas gifts, why not shop with us here at Haunted Live Podcast? We have so much wonderful gifts, such as crystals, cleansing items, and way more. You can find us actually on Etsy underneath Haunted Live Podcast. Alrighty, so yes, shop Etsy. We are now shipping to the United States, and Gypsy Lady Eva has merchandise that is posted underneath Haunted Live Etsy store. She would love to actually send to you guys for this Christmas holiday. Alrighty, so yeah, we're back actually to this wonderful show, and we're dealing with crows. Now, our crows actually messengers. We're going to take a look actually at that, and we're going to go from there. So welcome to everybody joining in. So Gypsy Lady, you sort of want to start off? Go ahead.
Oh, I suppose so. And, you know, it's kind of interesting. I just looked up on Wikipedia. Love that site. I thought crow was strictly an American bird.
Yes.
The rest were ravens. I was wrong. There is a list of about 30, maybe even more, of different species of the of the crow, and it is worldwide. And there's places I've never even heard of that are listed on this. But the American crow, that is what we know as the American crow. It is Corvus, and I'm not even going to go with the rest of it, but that's how it starts. Corvus is crow. And but it's found all over the world. And it is not to be confused with the raven, which is another black bird, but it's not even part of the same species. It's a whole different species. And but crow here in the United States is do I say Native American or indigenous?
It both means the same thing.
Creature of a spiritual meaning to for you to look at. And excuse me. And if the bird keeps appearing in your life repeatedly, it's a divine sign that's trying to call your attention to something in your life. And there seems to always be a hidden message when you see the crow, and you got to really kind of look for it, meditate on it, ask for divine helping. And so you see, what is the meaning of seeing these crows? Are they good or bad omens? And we will get answers along the way. The crow is not a bad bird or a good bird. It is a bird that is a messenger from the spiritual realm. And if you open yourself to it, you will get the message as you go along. And people usually associate crows with bad luck because they're always kind of portrayed as kind of a sinister one. I mean, look at Edgar Allan Poe's "There came a knocking at my door, 'tis nothing more." And it turns out to be a raven who, whatever, and the whole thing. And, Alfred Hitchcock also used the crow in some of his movies of horror, the horror tales type thing, especially in the one called The Birds. And so we always kind of associate these with bad things. And but when you think of now, whenever we think of crow, we always think of it as death and doom, and that's just not the case. And as a prime example, if I use again an incident from my own life, I was living in Arizona, and in the process, I met people who were involved with indigenous people there, and I had expressed an interest in just some of the ceremonies if I could ever attend them. They said, sure. And I met medicine man. Is that the right word?
Yes.
I'm never sure what's correct anymore. And he invited me to a naming ceremony. And my name was Sky Eyes because I have blue eyes. And I also have a secret name that is for me and me alone. And whenever I deal with deal with spirits. And anyway, he also said, I'm going to give you a spiritual animal. We'll see what comes up. And he said, so we go into the whole thing. And he says, he gives me my name and he says, your spiritual animal is Brother Crow. No, sister. No, Brother Crow. You are special because in many of the native beliefs, Crow is always designated as female, Sister Crow. And he says, I don't know why, but you've been given Brother Crow. And that's very good. That means you are very special. I said, well, and I was at a powwow many years later, and it was in New York, I think. And I again met up with a Mohawk medicine man. And we were talking, and I told him about what happened in Arizona. And I said that he got me my spirit animal or my spirit guide. And it was Brother Crow. And he said, not Sister Crow? And I said, no, Brother Crow. He was very adamant about it. Oh, you are blessed by the spirits. You are someone who is very special. And I just about dropped my teeth right then and there because I did not expect that. But Crow has always been good to me. I always pray and I will see crows or a crow, and it always brings a message to me. And it's never been, it's been sad stuff, but it's never been a bad omen. It's always been good, and he has always been good to me. So
yeah,
that's just kind of a little story.
Yeah. So basically, though, we're gonna look actually now at some of the symbols and what crows to me. So Gypsy Lady Eva actually got to learn a little bit more of the crows. Some of the symbols they'll basically represent for crows are transformation, transactions,
yes,
changes at the end, a new beginning, which is great though. The reason why is because a lot of us for this one here, we always look at things in the negative way, sort of like what Gypsy Lady was saying though. But you always have to think though that there's always a new beginning. There's doors always opening. There is guidance, problem solving, mystery, trickster energy. So basically,
yes.
So basically, though, those are really good examples actually for those all together.
One thing to remember, when I forgot about that trickster energy when I did some research on Crow. Crow is also known as the jokester.
Yes. Yeah. And again, though, crows are the smartest bird actually out there. They will have full communication with us humans, and they understand us. Right where most other birds do not understand, and they do not communicate with us. Their intelligence is quite strong. So, what else can you say about crows?
They're black.
Yeah, but according to our studies, with the footnotes that we have in front of us.
In spirituality, death is a highly significant concept, and Crow will help you make the passage. He is there to guide you. She is there to guide you. And the other thing is you have to remember their spiritual and potential power. They can help us with past life regressions. They help us to gain our psychic abilities and intuitive insights. And they can help us attain a higher level of consciousness and spiritual existence. So crow is a very, very, very loving, very helpful, very strong influence on us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a gosh. Well, I love what they say or see underneath the area of spiritual meanings of seeing crows. Right, and the first one though is transformation. Whenever basically those crows appear in your life to make you aware of an upcoming change or transformation. Meaning, seeing a crow can always mean though that something in your life is going to be changing spiritually and physically, sort of like what you were saying. And it's a great example, though. The reason is because look at how this world is lately. If you're in North America, precisely, the northern portions are actually getting changed within the weather. We're spiritually growing here, all right. And then if you look down in some other countries, basically the weather is changing. It's a lot colder. It's a lot more ice. I don't know if Gypsy Lady sort of wants to read about the death.
Well, I find that interesting that they even put that as they did, but it's it could be the actual physical death or more of a spiritual death. It doesn't, it can be both, one or the other, maybe both. And crows help the souls to cross over. They are there to help. And in Tibetan practices, dead bodies are placed on top of the temples so that the crows can carry the soul onward. And the Hindus also have a feast to the crows, which I find very interesting because some of those same practices are done here in the United States. Well, let's say in North America. I know the Mayans or the Olmecs. I can never keep any of them. There's so many of them down there. But one of those two honored and had special temples to the crows, which I found rather interesting, for deceased people in their at the end of their life. So it's not just a Hindu or Tibetan practice; it's practiced over here too.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I find that interesting.
Yeah. So basically, though, is another great one though is crows are spiritual animals. Not only you, but also my life partner. His actually spiritual animal is also a crow. Now, crows though basically watch over top of everything. They keep working towards basically the goals in silence and eventful. It basically also says you're overcoming with great odds. So I'm trying to figure out what that means, but you're about the great odds.
Where are you reading?
So number 5.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the right place.
So yes, so that there, yeah, is some stuff. But again, though, crows are the messenger. They always bring messages to us. It can be in different ways. They can show up to us with great sorrow or else great news. Now the last one though I love though, which is number 6. Actually, on that one, I'm gonna throw this one over to Gypsy Lady Eva.
Ooh, yeah, I was reading that before, and it's like I didn't know that.
So
it's mentioned in the Bible that when Cain murdered his brother Abel, Adam and Eve didn't know what to do with the dead body. Well, all bodies are dead. With the body of their son, and it was the first time they experienced death. Come on, they lived in the Garden of Eden. They didn't have to worry about stuff like that. But they saw a raven digging a hole in the ground to bury a fellow raven that had died. And this is where mankind learned to bury the dead. And so it's another meaning of seeing crows as a closure to a situation. And when you spot crows very often, all the time type thing. It can symbolize that a cycle that you're in is coming to an end soon. Don't resist it. Let it go. Let it help you, because the past no longer is a part of what is making you to letting you grow, and the new cycle will let you grow. And like as Chris said before, with every ending, there is a new beginning. But I like it better. One door closes, another door opens.
Yep. And that's the way I've always looked at um, death, or even with losing a job, or even a relationship. If one door closes, another door opens, which is always true. I love the under portion, which is other significance. The meaning actually of seeing crows greatly deeps actually within large areas, especially if you see a large areas of crows. The first one though is this spiritual meaning of seeing crows everywhere. Not only one place, but every location that you basically turn around. Sort of like the movie The Birds. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
When I saw that one, the only thing I can think of seeing crows everywhere. Just be careful where you step.
It's so true. It's like
I'm sorry.
So
you got to have a sense of humor about things.
You do. It does stand for basically a major change is about to occur, or you're soon to go through a spiritual evolvement.
Yes.
So basically, though, and it's true though. The reason why is because again, though, we use like what we were saying though earlier. Crows, though, we look at always at the negative way, but whenever you look in the spiritual way, crows though are more lifting. It's sort of like what Gypsy Lady Eva was saying though. Crows have lifted you up higher, which is so true. What about seeing crows in the morning? What does that mean?
Well, besides wanting to shoot it for waking you up, no, I'm sorry. No, that's a rooster who crows.
Yes.
It just means that something is going to happen significantly, or a significant event is going to happen during the day, and the crows are telling you, be ready. Just get your big girl pants on or big boy pants on, whatever, and be ready.
Yes.
But seeing it that night, it tells you to be more attentive to your dreams.
And that's good though, because we're gonna be talking about dreams, and that there is on the 20th. So this is great though. So what else does it say about the dreams?
Just to be aware of any shift, a spiritual shift in your surroundings too. I'm not really sure what that means, other than possibly stepping into a parallel universe.
Ooh. So, yeah.
And the one under that, it says seeing black crows. I've never seen anything but a black crow.
I thought crows were always black.
That's what I thought too. And it's like, did I miss something?
Are they purple? Are they green? Or are they orange?
I would like to see a white crow.
So
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But if you are seeing crows who happen to be black, it does mean that there's a dark time ahead, and go through the uncomfortable but necessary changes for a spiritual change for you. Yeah. Well, that's what we've been saying all along, is that crows are a harbinger of change.
Yeah. Well, this next one though, actually, I used to think as a child. Okay, because the next one though is the spiritual meaning of seeing a flock of crows together. Now we all know that it's called a murder, and as a child, I thought it was like Psycho, murder that way.
No.
But it's basically being called a murder, and is grateful, observant, above, and of any area where in living currently is dying or basically taking change.
Well, I never knew that crows were carrions.
Yes.
And it's like, ew. But then again, in many indigenous beliefs, even taking a piece of the flesh, rotting flesh, up to the heavens is taking that spirit with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the most pleasant of thoughts, but but it works. I mean, when you step out of the idea and go into what it's all about, it really makes some interesting thought and makes sense. But
That's like, gosh, so. And then the next one, though, is the spiritual meaning of seeing a single crow.
I disagree.
So, can you sort of mentions what it's saying there and explain why you disagree?
Well, it says if something is not right, that I will agree, something is in the works, and you must brace yourself for bad news. And I'm going like, no, because crow is a messenger from God, from the creative spirit, the whatever. And it can be good news, and it can be something that will change your life. I mean, not anything like, well, it could mean you could win the lottery. I was going to say it's not like you're going to win the lottery, but it could be that. It'll be something that will change you, not necessarily in a huge, big way like you win the big lottery, but maybe you do come into some money or something else good happens to you. So I do not believe that crow is a harbinger of all bad news.
Yeah, yeah. And I see right where you're coming from. And the meaning of seeing two crows.
They're doing the dance of the hoochie coochie.
That's like but it basically says it is time to embrace harmony, partnership, and good news.
Yes.
So I love the part of harmony and partnership. A lot of us, especially with what's recently gone on in the States, there has not been harmony and there has not been partnership. There's still not partnership actually within the States. But the thing though is we always have to work together. Even in any part of the world, we always have to work together to always bring each other to a higher level. It's like, gosh, so. All right, and then the last one.
Well, if you want to take, you better take it because I'm going to laugh my whole way through this one.
The meaning of seeing a crow with food in its mouth is basically the topic, right? The significant, actually, that is a big dream or wishes of yours is going to come true very soon.
And the reason I'm laughing is I don't think I've ever seen a crow with food in its mouth.
You've never gone walking. You've never seen a crow chewing down.
I don't recall. That's why but like if I saw a crow with food in its mouth, it's like, okay, I just don't remember it.
That's weird. That's weird though, because we're so close to each other, but we're in two different countries, right? But we're pretty much neighbors. And that's weird though, because I remember years ago, right when I was in Port Huron, with my grandmother and everybody else, I always used to see crows with food in their mouth. But that there was actually around a food court. So that used to be the old mall that used to be in Port Huron. I don't know if it's still there, but up by Kmart.
Yes, it's still there.
Okay, all right. There used to be crows actually outside waiting for the French fries.
Yes. So are the gulls.
Yes. I love this next one though, which is don't shoot the messenger. A lot of us though, whenever we get messages, we always get upset. We get down. We always want to shoot the person that's giving us the message. But what's it say, Gypsy Lady Eva?
Don't shoot the messenger. They are trying to help us through a bit difficult phrase of transition, and they will carry a message from the unseen realms, the higher realms, and they warn us about a calamity, a danger, a failure that can happen to us, but that doesn't mean that the meaning of seeing crows is bad luck, which we've already talked about.
Yes.
And crows are not bad omens. And it's a beautiful bird. I've seen them. They are a delight. I have known several people that have them as pets, and it's kind of interesting. It's that they will guide you on your journey, and you must treat them with respect. Well, they demand it. Trust me, they're worse than a cat, and and that's I don't think I really need to say anymore.
Yeah, so it's like us.
But yeah, I have to say the one family I knew, they rescued a crow that had somehow hurt itself. So they took care of it and they kept it outside. And one day, one of the kids opened the door and the crow just walked right in like he owned the place, jumped up on the table, looked at the lady, and it was all like, all right, feed me. You're late.
Yeah.
And that they had that bird for a long time. I didn't know they lived that long.
So yeah, they do actually live a long time. And I know a lot of people, though, this is what I've seen actually on YouTube or television. A lot of people do keep them actually as pets, but they don't bring them inside. They keep them outside in a closed off area. And there's also a rescue, though, for them. Again, those at the beginning, I was saying that crows do share information. They are very intelligent. They do talk to us. If a crow is trained actually on this by working with a crow, crows can actually let you know whole stories.
Mm-hmm.
They can also do math problems with no problem. And that's always a great thing, though. So crows are very smart animal.
Can I add a little thing? He's going, oh God, not again.
No, I'm not.
No, I just read quite an article about that scientists are discovering more and more that animals do communicate, and they communicate quite well. Totally different from the way we communicate with words and sounds and that sort of thing. Well, I shouldn't say just sound with words. Animals communicate on a much wider range of body language, sounds, all kinds of things. And they are discovering that they actually do have a communication method. And we're talking how the crow will do this, communicate with us if we just take the time to really listen. And it just goes to show you that this has been here for a long, long time. The Creator gave them the ability to communicate with us. We just aren't listening.
No.
And sorry, I just had to put
no,
that
no,
in
no.
there.
It's true though, because I was just watching a couple of days ago. It was about cats.
Oh,
all right. I know we've been dealing with crows, but cats though, they will communicate with us. Have you ever seen a cat try to talk to you, but nothing's coming out of its mouth?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have seen that though, 100%. They're communicating. Their decimal is actually a higher frequency than what we are as humans. Our human frequency is very low. So yes, so animals are communicating with us. Again, what we've dealt with today though is crows are messengers. Be in how can I say? Go ahead. So this is on my tongue.
They are not harbingers of bad news or evil things or bad things. Like anything else, they are a creature of God.
Yeah. So again, though, I do say thanks a lot for taking part actually in this. If you guys have missed us at any time, sit back, listen, play back any of our shows. Our next show, though, which is already scheduled, it is going to be Changes. Are you ready for it? that one there, it's a past recorded show only that Gypsy Lady and we did, and that was the day after the U.S. election though that we did. A lot of great stuff is in this topic. So again, are you ready for changes? Is basically the title. We do encourage you guys to sit back, take back, and listen to us. Let your friends know about us here on these Podbean Live. And those. What else can I say?
There's not much else to say.
Yeah. So again, though, thank you very much for listening today. You guys have an awesome day. And share some messages, positivity with anybody they'll let you know.
And if any of you out there have heard anything from Crow or have had experiences with Crow, I would really like to know. The addresses are somewhere in there that you can send it to us.
Yeah, or even leave a message actually underneath this podcast. Again, though, thanks.
And I just find it very fascinating how what happens, what we consider strictly a product of our country, Canada, America, Mexico. It spreads all over. It's not just here. It just never ceases to amaze me.
All right. Well, you guys take it easy, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Have a great week. Have a great week, and thank you for your time.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Over this holiday season, why not sit back and listen to Divine Oracle Podcast anywhere at any time underneath the free app of Podbean. If you don't have it, it's a great Christmas gift. This December, for your Christmas gifts, why not shop with us here at Haunted Live Podcast? We have so much wonderful gifts, such as crystals, cleansing items, and way more. You can find us actually on Etsy underneath Haunted Live Podcast.
Her head was down, face locked onto the phone.